blossom.
Every time I speak your name,
Not cherry blossom.
you say that you are so helpless too, that you don't know what to do. Each night I pray.
Pretty visitor center, I tell you.
Come a day when you up and take
It's attractive. I like it. Yeah, it's very much attractive. Yeah. Visitor center here. Known people. See, you from Macon? You from Macon, Georgia? You from here? What's your name?
Irish.
Irish? Nice. Georgia. Macon, Georgia, some of the famous people. Wow. So who are some of the famous people?
Have you ever heard of James Brown, Otis Redding, Chuck Lavelle, the Rolling Stones?
Chuck Lavelle?
Like, see, Olivia, something like that. Chuck Lavelle.
Soul. Soul of the South. Statue of George Hall of Fame. Jackie Robinson. Okay. Song of Soul. Yes.
But his
Yeah.
was. Remember Wet Willie? Smiling.
Where's that?
Yes.
I just want to get you. Anyway.
Sadie Crumpler.
Who?
Sadie Crumpler.
Oh, Sadie. All right, Sadie. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
You're. How you pronounce someone from Macon? Macon. How you?
Mechanized.
Of Maconite. So you're Maconite. Off of here in Macon, Georgia. Grand Architect of Macon, Georgia. Off of 3rd Street. Beautiful layout city. Yeah. Yeah.
You go straight, right?
Yeah. That's what we came in at. We came in across and grand. Must be a religious town called all these church. Sunrise across Macon, Georgia. The Hotel American Inn and Suite. Sunrise across Macon, Georgia. Sunrise across Macon. Rise east across Macon, Georgia. Got from my hotel. Got a highway out there. In the distance. Across Macon, Georgia. Right here at Macon American Suite. That's
With every step we take and every breath we make, darling, just you and me.
I've coming out of America's Sweet. Monument here downtown Macon, Georgia. To here. House here, I'm not sure what you call it, but it's a historical house.
Is a
Yeah.
high bad, sir.
Yeah.
When you go
Got the
up
riverfront,
there,
yeah. In there?
A bunch of
It's a river walk. Huh? Yeah. River walk here. River walk here. Downtown Macon.
on the dock of the bay, singing Otis Redding, sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the world roll away.
Right, good. Otis Redding. Where's this? Macon, Georgia, right?
Yes,
City, the birthplace of Otis Redding.
Macon, Georgia, birthplace of Otis Redding, Little Richie,
Little Richard.
and one of the, I believe somebody brought his plane down.
Yeah, he went down.
Okay.
Yeah, nice river.
Has those greenish stuff on it. Interesting. Leaving out of here. More scenery here. Charles H. Jones. Alright. Yeah.
Good enough?
Yeah. Okay, Central Park District. That's what. Macon, Georgia, Central Park here. In Macon, Georgia. Gateway to Macon. Church in the distance. City of Macon, whole entire thing, and that's how you get it. Take out a circle. Turn right.
This person breaking all the time. Entering Rome, Georgia. Welcome to Rome, Georgia. Entering Rome, Georgia. Rome. That's the county ends over there.
At the same time, Gilbert Smith Trail. It's the center here, Rome, Georgia. Confederate. Right.
Okay, we're in Rome, Georgia, up in the mountains. It's very at the visitor centers in Rome, Georgia. This area was occupied by the Federals.
Yeah, different.
And also the French. So the Federal and the French were fighting together. The Federal lost. The French held it for a very short period of time until the Union came in and
Claim it.
they claimed it.
It's called Rome, Georgia.
Nice place. I mean, it's a lot to get here. You come in, you think you're in the middle of nowhere, and when you actually come down into the valley,
DeSoto in Georgia. Came through Florida. Yeah, I came through Florida. Gin, that's what it looks like. Cotton gin, back in the day. Making cotton. Cotton gin. Landscape structure. Visitor center. Welcome to Rome.
Landmark. Welcome to Rome. It's 4th of July. Beautiful little town.
Center's closed, but they left us some information, so we're going to check it out.
Greater Rome. Welcome to Rome. Here at Rome, Georgia. We're here visiting. We don't know how long we're gonna be here, but we're in Rome, Georgia.
We're heading down Broad Street in Rome, Georgia. This is the historical district. Historical district.
Where the river meet in Rome, Georgia. Yeah. Riverside Parkway. Hotel over there. I'm here in Savannah, Georgia, on the outskirts of town. We stay in a hotel over there across the street. It's called La Peak, La Queen Trees.
Walking on the dock of the bay, watching the lake sturgeons float away. Lake sturgeon is a fish that cannot be harvested, and anybody who catches a lake sturgeon must contact the park officials and note the date and time of the catch so they can collect the fish and try to send it to a secure habitat. Here's Leon walking on the dock of the bay, thinking his stuff can't roll away.
Yeah, who did all the cooking, man? Wow, look at them little ponies. All right. This celebration, big music fest. Park to celebrate 4th of July. As you can see, the spirit is here. Family actually gathered from Mexico, from America. They're all here to celebrate 4th of July in Rome, Georgia. From the highway, parkway. We just left this site down there. Fireworks over Georgia. From my window here in Rome, Georgia. Observing the fireworks.
Time to
Yeah. St. Augustine. St. Augustine entrance. St. Augustine, Florida.
Now entering St. Augustine, Florida.
Okay. Heading towards the waterfront district. You haven't seen
Sometime.
it. Mountain of Youth. You got it?
I got the sign. We're entering now the gateway to the Fountain of Youth. So I say anyway, all it is drinking water.
Yeah, that's all it is. St. Augustine, Fountain of Youth.
Fountain of Youth. I had a sip of this water about 30 minutes ago.
And that's why she's still looking so good. Fountain of Youth.
They just put itself in a picture, didn't they?
It's all on your own. There's approximately 15 acres. It's not all accessible, but it does go all the way to the bayfront. And then there are 2 more self-guided buildings out on that acreage.
Okay.
And then you will exit through our gift shop.
To your gift shop, you got to drop off some money there, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Only 2 with the pop.
Could go outside.
You don't see that too often.
I see it.
You're wasting your...
The reason for that, once the fort was completed, Burkina became very evident. As early settlers, being enterprising as they were, eastward on A180. When you see the bridge over to Blano Beach or closest beach, not the only, but the closest, 2 miles away. A cell that was discovered in the building, the National Guard Armory. Not the way you normally see a National Guard Armory. City fathers petitioned Congress to have an exception granted so the world-renowned school. It's also a Florida public school. Florida residents are able to attend at no charge. Grades kindergarten through 12. Now back in the early days, Ray was making some serious in the general store. Sign the log, I'll be back out.
Oh.
$19 a person. And you can see it all.
You have to come back the same way. Check it out.
Okay, that's it here?
No, you gotta go follow.
History. This is one of the old porch era peacocks. Cock-a-doodle. In type adobe. Sitting right here in the yard. Indian adobe
That's why they used to have a fire outside.
type setting here. And this is typical Spanish house that was built here with the new settlers. Right here in St. Augustine, Florida. St. Augustine. Soretta. St. Augustine and Ian in St. Augustine. It's a black experience here in St. Augustine. Family slave here in St. Augustine. They picked New Orleans, St. Augustine, authentic. Everything in here authentic, huh? The lamps are depicting the era of what happened here. Tell me about it. Yeah, explain it to me.
Oh, the store itself is set around 100 years ago, which would be 1907, give or take.
Right.
But through the door, we have 3 homesteads that represent 3 different periods in St. Augustine history. Come on in, don't be shy.
Come on in. Crosshead. Stop number 1.
Later.
All right. Is Welcome Center and there's Butch the Conductor. You look authentic.
Hi, everybody. Everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
All right. My name is Butch. I am your...
That's Butch.
that wonderful year. About 15 and 13. Why, we're headed down to the beautiful Caribbean islands.
All right.
We're headed down to one of the prettiest islands down there.
St. Thomas.
Now, when we get down there...
Why you gotta get quite through, huh?
In suburbs. You're going to get a discount on your tickets. This is ready to pull away. Now, as we go by the rookie Dean and lychee, according to the right-hand side of the tree, is the city gates, which are right here. These 2 giant gates, whether you're sick or not after that. This is the old drugstore. The old drugstore. 1993 has all on track A. 4 points south to include Visitors Information Center, North St. George Street, Hippolyta St. George Presbyterian Church, St. Augustine. I myself, while I prefer to by the person you kiss, you will remain with for the rest of your life. But it could be a 4th. You see, it was 18 feet high. Now inside, it was personal, but the other one was known as a Rosario line. It went right past St. Augustine's most loving couple. Now we're headed to know about our beautiful, sleepy little village. You can find out about, you can go to World Golf Village, find out it's the fish. No, that's not it. Time went by one of the most sinister men in his time period. His name, and that's why North St. George. Now approaching North St. George Street. A 500,000 of coquina stone blocks. Now, into forms and then dried out. Now, once it was dried out, being transported by ship from Anastasia Island at the coquina quarries, a half a mile south of the lighthouse. I mean, it really did. So they... Next up, Hippolyta. Hippolyta, this was to capture the breeze. Over here, to the upper left, as well as... We'll be able to roll forward. If you decide you would like to have your walkabout, this is your chance. On St. George Street, this is Hippolyta at St. George Street. According to the lady who just pushed her sunglasses back up. All right, now the reason I do that, ma'am, is very simple. You see, as we drive through the city, you believe that us tour guides don't look at you guys on the train. Well, I see everybody on mine. All right, as we crossed over St. 384. Okay? Well, he can do that. A classic case all about 3. Liger would fall in love with it and use it throughout his structures. But now let's enjoy the beautiful Grace United Methodist Church. Is no bell in the bell tower. Church I'm talking about, you can see right over here. Ancient city, returning from Europe before 9 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. Highly recommend this particular church. An unsolicited opinion of our beautiful pastor would take him 361 days to get this church done. How did he do it? Very simple. He'd hire 1,000 workers. Now he splits them into 2 ships of done before the first anniversary of his daughter's death. These guys made their construction workers electricity. Now, this is the only hotel in the world during that time that had this brand new invention, that electricity. or another. They're all 3 months up. Daily odds time. Oh, her grand dining room. She had over 500 tables in there. You sat and ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and looked at Tiffany stained glass windows. The largest collection in the world. Oh, by the way, you didn't want or wait for anything because each table had its very own waiter to wait on you, hand and foot. Now here again, a classic example of the terracotta hoagie. You looked different back then. Oh. You had to wear your hair up back then. You had flowers and bows in your hair, and your dresses were long. They were long sleeve with a high neck collar, but you had to wear a bustle. Now, hey guys, we didn't fare any better. You see, what we had to do is we had to wear a short-tailed coat, long sleeve, just like Mr. Flagler, right over here.
The bells are ringing.
On the right, from 10 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. Hey, you know what? You still got time to make that 3 o'clock tour. But you know when you go inside that courtyard.
This is what I want to do tomorrow.
All right. Over here is that Zoreda Castle. You know this is a 1/10 scale of the west wing of the old Alhambra Castle in Granada, Spain. Now, notice the windows. There are 13. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not. But what I can tell you is this is the first example done by Franklin W. Smith. Remember him? Either way, Flagler and he became dead enemies. And Flagler swore that eventually he would get even with him. Now, in the 1920s, Al Capone, Scarface, came here and gambled. And he stayed at Flagler's second hotel. Now, guys, remember I told you what jobs? Beauty parlors, archery ranges, and tennis courts. But it had a swimming pool. It starts here on whatever this date. It's on that roof up. It's called a retractable roof. Now, you say, so what's the big deal with that? They're all over the place. Yeah, but this is artifacts. The largest collection other than the Smithsonian. Right next to the last seat. She just waved. Now, as we get ready, you would wear those pants. William Dean Howe. A legend says that Greta Garbo used to come here as well. The history in this one city. Old Flagler time period, if you had a suntan. Big question. The year is 1888. Miss Smith would open her up. Stays open for about, I'd say 4 months. Of 325.2 million. That's why I say Flagler snatched it from him.
Wow.
I give it up over here. The government house. They're illiterate. They couldn't be called the public marketplace. Well, this is the very first place and time in the history of this new world that we would use our weights and measures that we use to this very day. The stuff coming up is the downtown plaza area. This is your stop for the Potter's Wax Museum, Government House Museum, and Basilica Cathedral. This stop is Taiwan. As we pull away from the downtown St. Augustine area, let's leave the driving to the short. That's okay. He is. He's only over 0.11 with according at that height on that ship. Don't you wonder how tall the other guys are? This is the Basilica Cathedral here to the right. It's a minor basilica and has paperwork that dates back to the late 1590s. Next is the oldest Catholic congregation here in the New World. Over here, the bell. It's called the Trinity Episcopal Parish. Now, guys, this is the oldest Protestant church here in the state of Florida. Coming up next is the Potter's Wax Museum. Now they got sporting and celebrity events. There's 100 and now this is Abilene. Some say the oldest museum, very important part of it. And she says, folks, the oldest to her husband and tells him civics on the street. What was our colonial period? With their bows across the bay. Boy, you talk about a Kodak moment. Take a look. Sun striking it just perfectly. Class C bayfront. Sail on, let's see, 20 after 3. Now, if it's that time in the morning, the St. Francis Barracks. Now home and headquarters for the Florida National Guard. Originally, this was a Franciscan monastery. The monks had come here in 1577. They were here to help the Native Americans. And the monastery that had been a religious center for over 200 years. They would redo it in Spanish. Yeah, perhaps. British. Now, the oldest house was like the original monastery. Now, this happens to be, dates back to about 1720. Before that, it went through several different things, becoming a 2-room clapboard house, and so on. Now, over here, you're going to see the Tovar house. Now, Tovar, one of those British point of view of St. Augustine. Excellent to go through. This is where they had, the houses were not well ventilated at all. Ourselves as we go. There you go. Thank you. Sure. Not a problem. Actually, it belongs right here. This is the old Potter's Wax Museum. But above and beyond that, Potter was to open up it concerned a wax museum. Now, this movie was in 3D. What looks funny. Our next stop coming up is the Castillo de San Marcos. By here in our beautiful city, as your conductor, I highly recommend this, the Castillo de San Marcos. We simply here call her the Fort. If you have decided you'd like to visit Castillo de San Marcos, please wait till I come to a full, complete, safe stop. This simply means that when the train and the ground are moving at the same speed, why, you may depart the train. This is the Castillo de San Marcos. Just fine. There we go. All right. That is plaster. Spanish plastered their ports all white. Now, they would paint their towers red. It resembled the battle flag of Spain. Now, we talk a lot about what the fort's made out of. Coquina stone. Boy, is that great to build your fort out of. Cannon fire has no effect on it whatsoever. The year is 1740. One of them take out a cannonball. And they're, the fort's very own cannonballs coming back in his spirit. Buys it. She turns it into the Warden Castle Hotel. These and curiosities that Robert L. Ripley personally collected by going to over 197 different. That's right, a birthday present. Why? The Sun 65 to the right. Now, that cross stands in at 2 on steel and concrete. Mariners say they can see that cross. Lady of La Leche Shrine. Go to the cross and see this priest that gave the very first Catholic Mass on these grounds, Father Francis. Trust me, I'll tell you why. Now, most of us consider them to be what? Even if we got them elected, right?
Right.
Well, take a look at the old senator. When I pull up and stop momentarily, he is certainly shady, and he is as crooked. The street is. Now, Spanish guy, would arrive here on April 3rd of the year. Land of beautiful flowers. Now go inside, and there you'll be able to step off the train, go to the fountain itself and drink from the spring, go to the planetarium and see how they use
Greet each other and they shake hands and they say hi.
How you doing, man? How you doing? How you doing?
Okay,
all right.
like that.
Yeah. And then there's the little one there. She's being all shy. What are you being all shy for?
The sun is
You're there. We taking it shy
on our way. Just to see you.
Yeah. Are you acting like that? What's up with you?
The new day's coming. And people are changing again. Ain't it beautiful? Crystal blue.
That's pretty neat.
What's it now? Love is the answer. And that's alright. So don't you give up now. So easy to find.
Oh, she's coming.
Just look to your soul.
No.
Open your mind.
In the future.
Sweet tea with lemon. Same here.
Sweet tea.
Got him?
All right, we have Gilligan Island.
Smooth vibration, crystal blue persuasion,
And we came all the way to take, the shots and to visit our boys. They haven't saw them in a long time. And that's why
maybe tomorrow, when he looks down, every green field, in every town, all of his children, every nation, there'll be peace and good brotherhood, crystal blue persuasion.
I saw your yard. We'll be back there. We're gonna come by. Believe me.
Crystal blue persuasion.
It was like still winter,
Yeah.
cold.
Crystal blue persuasion.
Go ahead, go on. Oh, you still flipping? Oh, yeah, okay.
you have Peter Pan.
Sunset across Beaufort.
You got blacker.
What is so chop?
December. Finished like a few months ago.
A few months ago? Oh yeah?
Oh no, he didn't.
So actually what we're looking at is Beaufort River. Beaufort River.
Grandpa Leon, you can't even see you. You're too far. See where Daddy is. Can you see that? I didn't know if you wanted me to touch it.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta go out there. Oh yeah? So that's not a river, this is the ocean. Oh, the river then. This is fresh water. Oh, okay, I was thinking this is part of the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah, that's what I think I have to be. Just hitting the river.
Years we've been searching, want to be
Yeah, sometimes
over good things we're able to see. Your heart's on fire, create for
I
you.
noticed that. You got a black one?
Love and desire.
And a St. Helen. Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that was being built anyway.
God is watching you.
Character.
Oh, yes, He
Character
is.
about
Listen,
for the man.
this is the time. Let that flower bloom. All over you.
Okay, so we're so that's what's
Brothers,
about.
come together in love.
You're not
You see, it's like a flower sent from above. Let that flower bloom. All
Oh,
over
you had those one-liner. Yep, that's it.
all over the world.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Some people put it like there, physically, but they have a different style. They put it so you can actually be in a swing. Yeah. That's what's different about. Go ahead, you can. You don't have to duck. Yeah. I was interviewing this two young musician, and they told me about it. It was coming up. Yeah. Yeah. You're up high, man. You're in the web. Jordan.